record going. So good evening and hi to all of you. And Steve, jump in, please, because you've obviously been involved in the business almost as long as what we have. So if there's anything you want to say as well. So what we will do is, while we're waiting for the South African market to officially open, and we still don't have any dates on that yet, it's really good that we just talk through the business process. And it doesn't need to be a complicated process, because at the end of the day, doTERRA have built really simple business tools to support you. And obviously those tools will be adjusted and South Africanized and will be customized. It's taken 5 years to get them to the point that we have them now. And over the last sort of 6 or 12 months, these documents and these tools have been personalized for the Australian market and have now been personalized for all the various European markets as well. So I'm quite sure as soon as they come into South Africa, more than likely someone will translate them into all of the 11 official languages. So if you really want to be running classes in Zulu and Tswana and Xhosa and English and Afrikaans, I'm quite sure they will be available in the various languages. But the most important thing is we've got to be really careful around what we say and how we say it, because the big thing with doTERRA is we will never prescribe, we will never tell people that the oils are a replacement for medical products, but we can encourage them to try the oils as a support for their lifestyle. And the most important part of the success of this business is to get people to adopt the essential oils as a way of life, because the success of your business is where people continue to order regularly on a monthly basis, because that's when you start building that regular ongoing trail of income as people start using the oils every single day in their normal day-to-day life. So that's kind of fundamental to the business. You don't want to be setting your business up like a shop where people come and buy and then disappear, come and buy and disappear, because then you're going to constantly be chasing people to get them to keep buying. So although retail is an option, it's not the way to build your business and be successful. To be really successful in this business, you need a lot of people to fall in love with the oils and fall in love with the doTERRA product and get into the habit of ordering them regularly. And we will touch on, if not tonight, we will touch on over the course of this training, we'll talk about the loyalty program and getting people to sign up in that loyalty program so that each month they have an automated order and they adjust that order every month and they keep ordering product as they need it. So 1 month they might enroll with you and get a kit, and then you'll go and do a wellness consult with them or a membership overview as part of the business process, and we'll talk through that. And then you will help them connect with the oils and the products that are the most suited for them. And there are various tools to help you with that. You don't need to be a doctor or a natural therapist. Certainly, it's actually better not to be. It's keep it simple. Get them to connect with the product and then encourage and teach them how to go on the loyalty rewards program so that they keep ordering. And then you teach them to duplicate. So you get them to share and you get more people to classes, and you share with more people, and you enroll more people, and you teach them all again, and so your business snowballs and grows. And as people keep ordering regularly, so you will continue to share in that income, because you've obviously been involved in marketing the product to them, and you will continue to grow your business. So fortunately, at this point, just to give you an idea, we've been involved in the business for about 6 years, and our business currently has just on 22,000 people in 27 countries around the world. Now, we certainly have not enrolled 22,000 people. It is that snowball effect of we've enrolled Tanya, Tanya's enrolled Steve and Lee and Steve have enrolled 100, 200, 300 people, Tanya's enrolled 100, 200, 300 people, we've enrolled 100, 200, 300, and so that snowball grows. So every month we're seeing anything from 600 to 800 new people in our business getting involved and starting to buy essential oils around the world. So the important part of this is you can build your business anywhere in the world, wherever doTERRA has a warehouse. So don't just think about South Africa. just as Steve and us have come to South Africa and engaged with South African people to talk about the benefits of the oils, and Steve's working in the Philippines as well. We're working in Singapore and New Zealand. Just like that, once you have a doTERRA account and you've started growing into this business, you can find out in whatever countries doTERRA is based, and you can then start thinking about who you know in those countries and how you can introduce them to the oils as well. And so your business can grow anywhere in the world because the principles of the business are the same in all of the countries around the world. Okay, so what we'd like to do, particularly tonight, is focus on sharing with you some of the tools and the simple parts around the business. But maybe just as a quick introduction, let me just show you this over here. I'm sorry, I'm just going to jump into a slide quickly. There we go. So, share screen. All right, so hopefully you can see this is part of the doTERRA build guide, and all of these guides are available for download. And when you enrolled with doTERRA, you would have received, and I think you would have received this as well. Frida, you got this one together with your kit? All right, so this is the welcome pack that comes when you join up with doTERRA, and in this welcome pack are a number of guides. There's a build guide, there's a live guide, and there's at least a share guide. Okay, so what we're going to talk about mostly this evening is the build guide, because the build guide talks about how to basically work your way through the doTERRA business, and let's talk about what that is. But just to give you a little bit of a background, doTERRA is obviously just over 10 years old now, and the growth of doTERRA has actually been more rapid than Apple globally. So if you think about the speed with which Apple has become this massive company globally, doTERRA is exceeding that level of growth. It is by far the biggest and now most well-known essential oil company in the world. And the company itself is owned and run by 7 people. The company has absolutely no debt and is based out of Utah in the USA. And in fact, in 2 weeks' time is the doTERRA Global Conference. So please keep an eye out on Facebook and on the doTERRA website, because generally the conference is a really good time when they start announcing new products and start sharing new things as to what they're involved in. So some of the really exciting stuff with doTERRA is, and interestingly enough, very similar situation in South Africa, where there's a real problem with healthcare. And I know that in the South African market, there's proposed legislation around a national health scheme similar to the UK scheme, where the South African government are actually talking about joining together private health and public health and creating this one solution, which is a lot of conversation going on in the media in South Africa at the moment. Now, America has a really tough healthcare system, so the essential oils as a way of life are very, very popular in supporting wellness as a way to support people's health. And that's a really good way to connect with people and start sharing with them the benefits of essential oils. So because of that, doTERRA has grown rapidly throughout America, and then it expanded into Australia, New Zealand. In the East, it's in China, Singapore, Malaysia, and now Indonesia, and then all across Europe. So they have a massive head office operation in Europe. So anywhere in the UK and right across Europe and into Russia, they now operate. Shortly launching in South Africa. And that has to be close, because in the last week or so, Erica, one of our team members in Pretoria, actually received an email advising her of the account managers that have been appointed to look after South African members. So if they've already appointed account managers and the telephone numbers live, customer service is supporting South Africa, we, fingers crossed, are close to getting that official launch date of the warehouse in Johannesburg. So the company itself is going really, really strongly. And one of the interesting things is that the company has grown because it has more than a 65% retention rate. So what does that mean? That means that, like you, as you've started using the oils and you've fallen in love with them, 65% of people continue to order. So as they get involved and you start teaching them around how they can be used in their life, more than 65% will continue to order more regularly, which means your business will continue to grow. It's not like opening a shop on the corner street and trying to get people to come back all the time, because the product itself with doTERRA is really, really popular. So the product doesn't sell itself. You obviously have to teach people how to use it. But once people get to know the product, there's the 65% ongoing purchase rate, which is fantastic. And we certainly see that in our business as people continue to buy across the world. So let's talk about how this business actually operates. I'm just going to go to that one. So you can see that where it says pipes, Frida, just give me a thumbs up. We've got pipes across the middle. All right. So the business model is actually really, really simple. Let's start at the very beginning. Anybody who opens a doTERRA account can choose to actually turn it into a business. There's no special requirement. As long as you have a doTERRA account, you can choose to actually do it as a business. Now, you can do that business in whatever level you like. You can do it part-time. You can do it every now and again as you share oils with people, or you can go all the way through and become completely full-time, 100% involved, running your own doTERRA business. And as I said, that business can be in South Africa, in Cape Town, and or anywhere in the world where doTERRA has an office. Okay, so that's the first thing. You can choose to turn it into a business. About 85% of people who open a doTERRA account actually don't run it as a business. About 85% of them just do it because they want to use the product. So that's good for you if you run a business, because you want 85% of your people continuously buying product. And that just means the orders keep going every month, and you keep teaching people, whether it's through Facebook groups or WhatsApp chat groups or whatever you like, you keep sharing with them what's happening, what's new, what information, and you keep encouraging people to connect and keep sharing ideas as to how they use the oils, what's working for them, and more people continue then to buy the oils. And you can do that, as I said, part-time. You can spend a couple of hours a week doing it, or you can go completely involved. The business model, once you choose to do it, remains the same. It doesn't matter whether you do it part-time or full-time. And doTERRA have simplified this model into this process called pipes. Now, we will spend more time explaining each of the pipes and what that means, but let's just give you a bit of an overview of the process in the business. So the steps are: you open a doTERRA account, and then when South Africa opens, and I say that because that's when it becomes really easy to actually get the product delivered to people in South Africa. So as that happens, and until that happens, you're going to be in this stage of preparing and getting ready for that business to kick off. Now, what does prepare mean? Prepare means you're going to go, I would suggest, and start reading through the build guide, read through the share guide, read the live guide, and start getting a good idea as to how do people use these essential oils. Go and page through and have a look at that Facebook group that we've got on South Africa, the South African Facebook group, and ask questions in there. Ask questions about how people are using the oils. Go and have a look at our YouTube channel, and go and have a look at other YouTube channels about doTERRA. Look for Jessie Reimers. Jessie's a double diamond in Australia who enrolled us. She's the youngest and now biggest doTERRA business in Australia. So look for Jessie Reimers, R-E-I-M-E-R-S. Look for Vanessa and Paul Ovens. Look for some of the top American doTERRA business people and see what they've got on their Facebook page, and start reading about what's there. Why? Because this prepare stage is where you start building your story. Because the success of your doTERRA business is not about you forcing people to buy a product. The success of your business is getting people to connect with you, get to understand how you use the oils and what you use them for, and how you share with them how they can use oils in their life. So the success of your business is about a connection and a relationship. And we've found certainly that you get better at that connection when you have a story to tell and a story to share. And that story comes from, in this preparation stage, start making sure that you're using your oils. Do you know how to use them? Have a look at, in the Facebook group, we've posted 150 uses for the Home Essentials Kit. Just Google doTERRA 100 uses for essential oils, and there's ebooks online for how to use those oils. Make sure you've got your diffuser going every day and put different smells and oils in there, and start reading what that means, because essential oils all have emotional connections and all different energetic powers and things that you can use the oils for. So start learning how you like the oils and start building your story around the essential oils. So that's this prepare stage, but make sure that you read and start reading through these guides. In particular, the build guide is the most important to get yourself ready in preparing for the business. In particular, this is the last page of the build guide is your list. Okay, now the preparation for the launch of South Africa, now is the time for you to be talking to people and maybe letting them get a couple of drops of oil and smelling it, and pulling a couple of people in together to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and share with them how you're using the oils, and start getting them excited about the fact that it's launching in South Africa. But start building that list, like start writing down on that back page of the build guide, start writing down names of people, firstly, that you know around you in your family, and then people that you might know in your suburb, or people you know in your city, people all over South Africa that you might have gone to school with or gone to university with. And then think about all those people who might now be living in London or in the UK, or people that you know that might have moved to Australia, or might be in New Zealand, or people who might be in Singapore or America or Canada. And just write down anyone that you can think of on that list, and start building that names list and start preparing for this launch in South Africa. Because as soon as we've got that date ready for South Africa, you want to be ready to move to the next stage of your business, which is the stage of inviting people to learn or to share with you the benefits of having a doTERRA account. All right. Now, when you do the invitation, and we will get into a lot of detail over the next month as to how that works and how to make it easy, because the invitation bit can just be, I could ask Frida to come and have a cup of coffee with me, and I could be so excited because I'm going to share with Frida how I'm using essential oils in my life at the moment, and the benefits that myself and my family are now getting from that. So you've done the preparation, and as soon as we know South Africa's open, you start getting ready for this invite stage, where you start bringing people to have a cup of coffee, or you invite 5 or 6 people to come to your house on the weekend and you hold a class. And we always talk about it as a class or education. We don't want to use language like I'm having a doTERRA party, okay? Because it is about educating people on the benefits of natural health products called doTERRA essential oils. So we use that language, and we'll get into a fair bit of detail as to how to do that invitation, but really, really well, because you want to position your invitations with people so that they know they're coming to learn about the benefits of essential oils as a natural health product. They mustn't think that they're coming to your house to have a party, because then it turns into a bit of a joke. And we've seen classes where people have been invited. We've seen them go badly wrong as soon as someone grabs a glass of wine or something at the class, just because the focus is no longer about learning, and it changes into, oh, I'm here to have fun. So when it sure, we want you to have fun, but we want it to be in the environment of, I'm here to learn because I'm really interested in natural health, and I want something to look after my family, because I don't want to be going to the doctor or whatever all the time. I need that support. I need emotional support. I need immune support. I need sleep support. I need anxiety and stress support, and I want to see how essential oils can do that for me. So we do this preparation, South Africa opens, and we move to the invitation stage, where we want you to have this list of people that you've built, and you now start inviting people to come along to the classes. Then the third part of the business is then being able to present. Now, I have included in the group event for tonight the documents. This is one called Essential Oils for a Healthy Home. It's an introduction 2-page document, and we recommend that this is the process you follow when you present to someone. Now, this you can actually read. If you're going to have a class, you can actually stand up and read this in the class. If you're going to get somebody and have a cup of coffee with them, you basically use the exact same story. And this, if anyone had actually attended Tess's presentations in South Africa, this is actually the same story and process that she went through when she did the classes in South Africa. So you start off with a little bit about what are essential oils. You talk about how you can use them for your health, why doTERRA. You talk about how you can use them. The one thing that will change for South Africa is South Africa will only talk about topical use and aromatic use. In South Africa, there will be no discussion about internal use, because doTERRA will not be allowed to use internal stories or marketing in South Africa. So just keep that in mind. We will not be talking about internal use. So this is a document that was created for Australian market. So in South Africa, just put a cross through the internal bit or delete that off. Then you'll see we talk about how you can have this foundations of health and use essential oils to support immunity and make it a foundation of a lifestyle. And this is where you start talking about the fact that you want people to bring essential oils into their way of life and use it daily, weekly, with themselves and their kids and their family, so that they start thinking this is something that they can use every day in their life, so that they engage with that and they start getting ready for the idea of having an account that they can order regularly and use the product regularly. So that's the presentation bit. So whether you do it in a class or a cup of coffee, or even if you do it through a webinar like this, you might connect with a friend in London and hold a class with them through a webinar or through Skype, and you can use the exact same process. You go through this and you present the story that is doTERRA. Now, why do you want to use the same material? You really want to use it because you want that person to think they can also do this. You want it to be simple so that they can say, oh, Craig just stood up and read that. If I want to run a business, I can do that too. I can invite some people along. I can read that material and I can tell them my story. And it's easy. I don't need to be a doctor or a health practitioner or someone who's studied natural wellness. As long as I understand the rules and I understand the business and I understand what I can and can't say, if I do this to one person or 5 people in a class, I can also run the business. And the advantage of that is you're going to create the opportunity that becomes duplicable. In other words, other people can do it as well. Because you want that 15-20% of people who fall in love with the oils to also then start saying to you, hey, can I invite some of my friends around and maybe you can come help me with my first class and we can enroll some more people into the business as well. Because I think there's some other people that I know who will benefit from these oils. And that's how your business continues to grow. So you have this conversation, you share with them the different oils. Most importantly, you let them have an experience with the oils as well, whether that's one-to-one or in a class. On the back of the class sheet, it talks about the different oils, and you might choose 1 or 2, peppermint or lemon, or depending on what they like. You might share with them an oil, and you want to do that in that presentation. Then the fourth part of the business, and we'll move on to that, is once you've shared your story and you've shared with people the benefits of doTERRA, you then move to enrolling them or getting them to have their own account. Now, at the moment, and when South Africa opens, there are 2 types of accounts with doTERRA. there is a wholesale customer, which is simply a person who has an account that wants to just buy a wholesale product. Okay, that wholesale customer, the nature of that account is at that point when they open that account, they say, I don't really want to do the business, I just want to buy the product at a wholesale rate. So you register them and enroll them as a wholesale customer, and you continue to support them in the same way. The second option is somebody might say, no, I really want to be doing this. I already have a couple of people that I think I'd love to share the product with. And you would then enroll that person as what we call a wellness advocate. So it's a wholesale customer is the same as a wellness advocate in that they both get the wholesale prices, but the wellness advocate is the person whose account is slightly different because it allows them to enroll other people and bring other people into the business. Now, if somebody chooses to be a wholesale customer and then changes their mind, it is easy enough to change them into a wellness advocate. And we will get into the process of what that looks like. Don't stress about it too much, but there might just be someone who says, I don't really want to be involved in the business side of things. I just want to get the oils at a wholesale rate. Excellent. Get them to open a wholesale customer account and follow the process. So the step 4 in the business is enrolling someone and getting them to open their account. I will say at this point, it is not in your interests or in the other person's interest if you just choose to buy oils for them on your account. Okay? Why do I say that? Well, firstly, it's doing nothing for you. You're not growing your business. But secondly, the person who's getting the oils, they're going to miss out on the benefits of getting points when they've ordered their product and saving additional money. They're going to miss out on the additional discounts and the additional product promotions that they may get when they have a doTERRA account. For example, in this last week in Australia, doTERRA had what we call BOGO, buy one, get one free. So every day during this week, doTERRA had a special offer. If you bought a particular oil, like if you bought Serenity or Restful Sleep, the Lavender Sleep blend, you would have got the Cheer oil for free. So if someone doesn't have an account, they can't get those benefits. So the nice thing about the doTERRA account is there is no obligation to buy. It is just simply having an online opportunity to buy essential oils at a wholesale price. And that's the conversation you will have with someone. You will find out what they want to use the oils for. You will help them with that. And you will just choose whether a wholesale account is right for them at that stage or whether you want to set them up as a wellness advocate. So that's reasonably new. It only started in the last year or so across the world. And as you start getting into the business side of things, there are benefits in how you build the business in choosing which one. But just remember that there are 2 options. And often what we find, because obviously Tess is a natural therapist, she runs a naturopathy clinic. If her clients want essential oils, she generally gives them a wholesale account because they are patients or customers who want to use the product. So they generally just buy at wholesale rates. They won't get involved in the business side of things necessarily, although we have had clients that then change their mind and actually want to share. But you might have practitioners or massage therapists or people who run a spa who really like the oils and they have customers, and those customers may set up wholesale accounts instead of wellness advocate accounts. So just keep that in mind as an option. Okay, so that's the 4th part of the business. And then this 5th part of the business is the support part. Now, your business will not continue to grow unless you support the people that you are introducing and joining into the business. So there are a couple of ways that we would encourage you to do that. Firstly, when you enroll someone, there is a process whereby you have to send them at least an introduction email, which has with it information on the safety guidelines of essential oils. All right. Now, we have templates of all of those emails. If you would like those templates, just drop us an email. But you should have received those emails because when you were enrolled, we set up an automated system. We use MailChimp as an email system, and we teach people how to do that. And when someone joins, we put them in an automated queue, and they basically get 3 emails as part of an automatic process. So it's your obligation to support people so that when they open an account, you send them those introduction emails and point out, this is the safety, this is how you use it. That's step number 1. Step number 2, and this actually comes in the Purple Live Guide. Step number 2 is it is always important for you to arrange a time once somebody has joined the business, and this will be obviously when South Africa opens, to arrange an appointment to go and have with them a meeting, when you can do it over the phone, or you can do it face-to-face, or with a cup of coffee. And this meeting is either called a membership overview or a wellness consult. It's up to you as to what language you want to use. Now, in the Purple Live Guide, on page 10 is the structure of a wellness consult. So what you basically do is, this is the opportunity for you to sit down with people who you've introduced to the oils and just remind them, why did they choose to open an account? What oils did they really like? And how are they going to use those oils in their life? Okay, so the structure of the wellness consult is, you basically ask them, what are their major priorities? Like, why did they open an account? And they may say to you, I'm having difficulty sleeping. Or they may say to you, I'm feeling so under pressure when I get home from work in the evening, and I just need something to help me relax. Or you know, they may say that they're constantly having a headache and they need some support. But people will share with you their stories. And people might say that, you know, they need immune support or whatever it might be. So you make those notes for them, and then you start talking to them about how they can use the products that they've got in order to support them. Now, how do you do that? So I know, Frida, you've just ordered yourself the books from Aroma Tools, and I'm quite sure as soon as South Africa opens, these will become available a lot easier in South Africa. This is a book called Modern Essentials. It used to be in that big format, and it's now changed. But you might not even need the book. And the reason I say that is, if you have an iPhone, let's just see if we can get that close enough. If you have an iPhone or a Samsung phone, if you go to the App Store, you can just search for Modern Essentials. And there is actually an app on the phone called Modern Essentials that you can buy. And when people share with you what they're looking for and what they would like to use the oils for, you can just say to them, let's have a look what the book says. You don't have to know all this information. That's the nice thing about this. So even the first time you enroll someone, you do not need to know what all the oils can be used for. We've been doing this for 6 years. So if someone says, I need oil for sleep, I'm going to tell you, put vetiver on your big toe, rub vetiver under your feet, use Serenity in a diffuser, put it on the palms of your wrist and maybe on the back of your neck, because we've had experience with that and we know that vetiver and Serenity works. But you might not know that on the first time you sit with someone who says, I'm having sleep problems. So you might type sleep into the Modern Essentials app, or you might turn to the Modern Essentials book and look up sleep. And then you share with someone and say to them in the wellness consult, hey, you've said sleep's a problem. You don't have Serenity as an oil. Let's talk about ordering Serenity next month for you so that we can support you with that. And how do we do that? Well, let's put you on the loyalty rewards program. What does that mean? And then you explain to them what the loyalty rewards program is. It's an automatic system of ordering. The longer you order, the more discount you get in points. You can then use those points to purchase extra product. And over 12 months of ordering, you end up getting 30% of what you're ordering back in points. Great way to save and get free product. Is that something you'd like? Free product? Absolutely. Let's get you set up on the loyalty rewards program. You don't need to order the same thing every month, but start ordering something, and let's build up your essential oil collection over the next 12 months. And you can only do that when you do the wellness consult for someone, because you need to know what they're going to use the oils for in their life. And then you want to connect those oils with your story, and you want to connect with them and encourage them to start using those oils every day for themselves, for their kids, for their mum, their sister, their brother, and so it expands. And then when you have that wellness consult, it is also a good time to ask them whether they also have other people that they think they would like to share the oils with. Why? Because this business process is a cycle. You're going to enroll and support someone, and you're going to ask them, who else can we invite and present to and enroll and support? And who else can we invite and present and enroll and support? And who else? And so the circle continues. And every time you enroll someone, it's a new opportunity for you to get access to a whole new market of people. And you just keep sharing with people. And I work full-time in financial services in a large banking organization, and basically I carry essential oils with me all over. And if you give me an opportunity, I will talk about essential oils. It's a bit weird, but that's how it is. So when I go to Sydney and someone's sitting coughing and spluttering, I will say to them, hey, are you open to using something natural? And I was in Sydney last week, and one of my staff down there really ill, really sick. I said, are you open to using something? And I had Breathe, which is one to help with lungs and opening your nasal passages, and I gave her a sample of Breathe. And last week, I set her up with an account, and she now has her own account, and she's got On Guard and Breathe that she's using, and she's feeling a lot better because she can breathe, and she's starting to do support on her immunity. Turns out her partner is a chef, and her partner is having a look at this saying, gee, I can use rosemary, thyme, and basil, and I can actually start putting some of these in cooking. And so the conversation goes further, and now I'm talking to her partner about people he knows in the cooking industry, about how they can use essential oils in their cooking and in baking and in their creme brulees with lime and lemon. So you just need the cycle to continue to move. All right, so that is the business process. Now's the time to prepare. And I really want to encourage you to go to the last page of that build guide and start building a names list for yourself of people you know and people who you would like to introduce to this doTERRA business as soon as South Africa opens. Now, you don't need to wait until it opens. You can start preparing and inviting people for a cup of coffee. And if you've got some oils already, fantastic. Start sharing people. Start letting them have a smell of how amazing peppermint is and how amazing that lavender is, and start getting to know whether people are interested, and at least start talking to them now and start building your list, getting ready for the launch of doTERRA in South Africa, so that as soon as we know that we can open those accounts for these people on the ground, then you are really ready for this presentation bit, because that is where the quicker you can get out and get people excited and enthusiastic, the quicker you're going to get momentum and build your business as soon as South Africa opens. And the advantage of that is you will start seeing income and revenue, and that income will start supporting you to start building your oil collection, but you'll start seeing that this business actually starts generating some really good income for you in that process. All right, so let's take a couple of minutes to talk about how that works. So we know the business is about pipes: prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support people. And please, if I can say anything, as difficult as what it might be initially, please remember that the success of your business is about connection. Okay, it is about connecting with people, getting people to want to be part of your team and your business and our team and our business. Do not feel stressed or threatened if people choose to go and enroll with someone else. That's fine. Just rather take the mindset of, I'm just happy that they've got an account and they've opened an account. So don't feel as if you have to hunt people down and chase them. Rather connect with people and find the right people that are going to work with you and be part of your business. All right, because there are people extremely excited about the oils launching in South Africa, and we've got to accept that. But if you're going to be successful, and the way we've built success in our business is to have a relationship with people, so that you can sit down and talk to them and start understanding how they're going to use the oils. Don't feel threatened, and don't get into the situation of being concerned if people decide to actually enroll or go somewhere else. Rather be happy for them that they've actually got the oils. Okay, just throw that out there. Alrighty, now let's just talk about how you can earn money. So as soon as South Africa opens up, and remember, we're going through the pipes process and we're enrolling people and we're supporting them. We're inviting, enrolling, and supporting. Inviting, presenting, enrolling, and supporting. The most important thing with running your doTERRA business is there's one major requirement in order for you to earn income. And this is the only thing that doTERRA wants you to do. In order to qualify to earn income, you need to be on the loyalty rewards program yourself. Why? Because it's the only way you're going to use the oils and actually have a story to share as to how you use them. So the one thing you need to do is be on the loyalty rewards program. And each month, the second thing you need to do, you need to order at least 100 points worth of product each month in order to qualify for commissions in the business. Okay, so that is an absolute prerequisite for you to earn income in the business. Now, 100 points, the way it works is, because the company started in America and because we've got multiple currencies and exchange rates around the world, doTERRA created a point system, and 1 point is basically equal to $1 US. Okay, so you will see that when they launch in South Africa, there will be a price list in Rand, and next to each product, there will be a point or a point number of points per product. Each month, in order to qualify for commissions, you will need to make sure that you have a loyalty rewards order of at least 100 points. Now, remember, the amazing part of this business is you don't need to go and buy stock. You don't need to have an office. You don't need to have a warehouse. You don't need a website. You don't need anything other than a wholesale account, a list of people to talk to, a telephone to talk to them, a bit of motivation and enthusiasm, and 100-point loyalty rewards order each month. If you've got that, as you enroll people, the first thing that you can start earning is what is called a fast start bonus. All right. Now, the way that works is, as soon as you enroll someone and they purchase a kit or purchase product from you that first month, when they buy from you, you will get 20% of the points value of what they order. So let's say they enroll with a home essentials kit, and when they enroll with a home essentials kit, I'm not going to remember the amount. I think it's 245 points. You will get 20%, or 245 times 2, which is 48, 49. You will get the equivalent of $49, or it will be changed into Rand as a fast start. So it's 20% of their first order you get as fast start. Then, if they enroll someone else, you will get 10% of what that other person has bought. And if that second person enrolls a third person, you will get 5% of that person's as well. So Fast Start is amazing if you've got a long list of people and you start getting people enthusiastic at the start of your business launch. Remember I said earlier, if you've got this list together and you've got people ready to go, this is where you're going to start paying for your own order, paying for the fact that you've got a telephone and you're talking to people, and probably paying for the cups of coffee that you're going to be buying people, or cups of tea that you're going to be buying people. Because every week, every Friday, you will get paid this Fast Start payment. So if you enroll people every week, you could be getting 1,000 Rand a week just for enrolling people in Fast Start and getting them to start with a home essentials kit, possibly. And then once they've enrolled, for their next 60 days, for their next 2 months, if they order again and again in that 60 months, you will also get 20% of those next orders for the first 60 days that they've joined and ordered. All right. So there are people in this business who actually can get 1,000 plus US dollars a month. Now that's 10,000 Rand a month just by enrolling people in Fast Start. That is not unusual. So the more people you enroll, you can actually work out how much you can earn in Fast Start, because it's 20% of what they're buying you can get in Fast Start every week. So they call it Fast Start because it's a way to start your business really quickly. And remember, you only have to order once a month. So if you've enrolled people every month, you can use this income to pay for that 100-point order that you're going to be placing. So that's why I'm saying now's the time to get a list of people together and get ready for that launch in South Africa. So that as soon as it launches, you can have classes booked in and you can enroll people, earn some income, and use that money to get your business going. And you can actually do this without being out of pocket at all. So that's the Fast Start one. So remember, you need a loyalty rewards order. You need to order 100 points a month in order to get commissions. And Fast Start is the way that you can get paid every week as you enroll people in the business. The second way, and I'm not going to spend too much time on this because you need to understand with doTERRA, yes, doTERRA is a structured business where you will position people in a tree. Now, we talk about it as social networking, social marketing, it's network marketing. Let's accept that. That's fine. I have no issue with it because it is a very different version of a business than what people may have known 20, 30 years ago in network marketing. The reason for the tree structure is that you're going to support people, you're going to have those meetings with them, and you're going to encourage them to buy more oils, and they will encourage people. So the more your tree grows, you have more people to support. Now, as you build up your tree, you want to position people in the structure. You want to have at least 3 people, and then you want them to have at least 3 people. And as the structure grows, if you've got 3 people on the start of your tree, and each of them are on 100 loyalty rewards order, and the total order between yourself and those frontline people is 600 points, you will get $50 paid to you a month just for doing that. Now, $50 is 500 Rand a month just for having people in your tree. That's phenomenal. That's brilliant. And if you can get them to each have 3, you will then get $250 a month, or 2,500 Rand just for structuring. Now, why does doTERRA do that? Because it is a team. It's about you supporting people, bringing them into our Facebook group, running classes for them and running education for them, and getting together as a group and sharing ideas and teaching. And doTERRA compensates you for doing that, because you become a leader and you start building a team of people to work with you. So you get paid the power of 3. But by far, as your business grows, by far, the biggest income that you will earn is what they call Unilevel. Now, Unilevel is basically you sharing in income down 7 levels in your tree. Now, it is complicated. Tonight's not the time to go into it. We will obviously spend more time on this. But basically what happens is, as your tree grows, doTERRA says, we will pay you 2% on what the people on your first part of your tree will order. We will then pay you 3% on what people on the second part of your tree orders. We will then pay you 5% on level 3, 5 on level 4, 6 on level 5, 6 on level 6, and 7 on level 7. This is an unusual model. Other network marketing businesses actually do it the other way around. They pay you more on people you enroll up front. doTERRA flipped it over and said, no, we want you to teach people, be a leader, and encourage your tree to grow deep and strong so that you've got more people in more places across the world buying oils every month. And for that, we will compensate you as the leader. And the other thing that's important is, if somebody on level 4 decides not to order that month, doTERRA doesn't take that 5% and say, I'm not paying you. They actually push everyone up. So you will always get paid 7 levels. If people don't order in between, they push it up and they compress it. So doTERRA as a business wants to make sure that they pay out to everyone what is due to them. So keep that in mind. But by far, the Unilevel payment is the biggest payment that you will get as your business grows. Now, Unilevel and Power of 3 is paid once a month, generally around the 17th or 18th of the month, and Fast Start is paid every week on a Friday. So when you start putting Fast Start, Power of 3, and Unilevel together, that's where you start seeing your business grow and your income. And then as you get into, as your business gets bigger, and we'll talk about the different ranks that your business can get to, you actually start sharing in extra bonuses as well. Okay, now just to give you, again, this, we posted this in the group a little while ago, but just to give you an idea, this is last year's earning declaration from doTERRA. And somebody who gets to a silver rank, and without getting into too much details, someone who's silver, they have 3 legs to their tree, or 3 roots, 3 parts of their tree, and each of those 3, in total, each of those legs orders 3,000 points a month. So if somebody has a leg with 3,000 points being ordered every month, another leg with 3,000, and another leg with 3,000, and they order 100 points themselves, they will qualify in that month as a silver. And if they did that every month over the year, they could earn, and this is US dollars, this is an average, they could earn around 28,000 or 280,000 Rand a year as a silver doTERRA leader. Now, that is not impossible to get to. We have numerous people who've got to silver in months, not even in years. And that's just simply by encouraging people to join the business and order regularly. So you can imagine if you've got people ordering 100 points every month on loyalty rewards, and you've got 30 people, and 30 people, you could be silver. So you only need your business to grow 90 people, each ordering 100 points, and you could get yourself to a silver level. And these are average numbers as to what doTERRA has paid. And we've shared some of this before. It's also in the group. And you can see somebody at a silver level in US dollars, just over 2,000, at a gold level, almost 5,000 US dollars a month. And so it grows. So I'll post this in the group for people to have a look at, but that is also in the build guide. In the middle of the build guide is the exact same example. So have a read of the build guide, have a look in the middle, and get an idea of what the earnings potential can be. All right, so I'm very aware that we've got 2 or 3 minutes left. Let me just go back and do a quick recap. And if you have any questions, I'll take some questions, and then we'll make sure that we answer those in the group, and we'll put those questions down for further conversation. So the business is really simple. If you're going to run the business, you need to place a loyalty rewards order every month. It needs to be at least 100 points, and you can change that every month and start building your collection of oils and your products. We don't yet know exactly what products will be available in South Africa. They've told us that they're hoping to have about 50 or 60 different oils and products. It all depends what they get approval on and how easy they can get them into the country with import duties and all the rest of stuff. But we'll wait and see what they've got. So you need 100 order loyalty rewards yourself, and then you are in a position to earn income. If you're keen on the business, you want to follow this process. You want to start preparing now. What does prepare mean? Look at the groups, ask questions, get yourself the Modern Essentials book or have the Modern Essentials app, and start reading the guides. Have a look at the build guide, have a read of the share guide, because these are things that people that you're going to enroll will start getting, and have a look at the live guide. Go over and have a look on YouTube at our YouTube channel. It's broken into playlists that will show you videos of all the different products. That's broken into playlists around doTERRA education, where they get their oils from, and just start reading and watching videos as you prepare for the launch in South Africa. Build your list of people you're going to invite. Really important. And at the moment, even in South Africa, start having cups of tea and coffee with them and start sharing with them. What does sharing mean? It's about presenting. And remember, we said there's a 2-page example of an education sheet. This is in the event as well. If you want this, you can download it, or if you go to the doTERRA South Africa Healthy Wealthy group and look at the top of the Facebook, there's a files tab. It says files. If you click on the files, you can open all of these documents in the Facebook group. Otherwise, send us an email and we can email them to you. So that's what you want to use in the presentation bit. You want to share with people the information that is in here, and you want to share your story about how you've got involved and how you've started using the oils. And you will get better at that as you use the oils more and more. Then as soon as South Africa is ready to go, you want to enroll people. Before South Africa opens, if you've got someone who desperately wants to become part of your business, talk to us, because we can, even if we just enroll them as a member without buying a kit, we can enroll them, and then we can have a look at what oils we've got in Bloemfontein with my sister, and we can possibly let them have some of those oils anyway already at wholesale price, because they are in South Africa already. So don't think you have to wait for South Africa to open. Keep it in mind that you can actually enroll them now, and we'll be able to try and get them oils, or you can try and organize to sell them some of the oils that you might have. That's the enroll bit. The support bit, really important. Start getting used to the idea in the Live Guide that in the back of the Live Guide is a membership overview or wellness consult. Start looking at that, because you need to do that with every person that you enroll. That's really important. And the second part of the support bit is once they enroll, you please need to make sure that you're sending them the welcome email, the safety and use guideline as well as part of that support. And then we covered basically as an introduction the different ways of earning income. So that was what we wanted to cover tonight. It's a lot of material. I will upload this video into YouTube so that you can skip through, or you can send people a link and have a look at it. And I will put a link to this in the group as well. Frida, Anneke, do you have any questions at the moment? I might not be able to answer it right now, but I'll certainly make a note of something if there's something that you want us to make sure that we explain if you don't understand something at the moment. Anything in particular?
No, not from my side, Greg. I'm just going to go through everything, and then when there's something I need to know, I will know. Okay, excellent.
Anneke, any questions at the moment? Anything that is...
Thanks, Craig. I'm fine. As Frida said, I just have to go through everything, and then there might be a few questions.
Okay,
but thank you. That was very good.
Beautiful. So we want to do it in small little chunks so that we don't overwhelm you. But I'll give you, just to wrap things up, we've got a lovely lady in our business who runs, she's a Blue Diamond. So we Blue Diamond, and we have a Blue Diamond in our team. And just to give you an idea, she got to Blue Diamond without a website, without a business card. All she did was meet people and talk to them. And she built to Blue Diamond. And a Blue Diamond can earn $400,000 US a year. So this was not, you don't have to go all technical and get into technology and have your own websites and all that. As soon as South Africa opens, you will have a doTERRA website. It's just not active at the moment because you're global access with Australia. But that will switch on as soon as South Africa goes live, and you will send people there to look at information, and you will use that to enroll people. But I just need to tell you that it is possible to build this business just by being friendly and connecting with people. The more you connect and build a connection, the more people will fall in love with your business, your team, and with what you have to offer. And doTERRA is absolutely amazing at building that opportunity. So let's finish it on that note. I'm so excited that I know that at least Frida and Anneke, I know you guys have got oils. Make sure that your diffusers are working. Get the oils in there and just use them as much as you can. And please post any questions in the groups, or send us email if you have any questions, because we want you to start using more and more so that you build your story. So thank you for making the time. And I'll get this posted in the group later today, and it'll be up on Facebook as well. Thanks very much. Have a lovely Saturday, and I hope you have a great day in South Africa. We'll talk to you all soon.
Great. Thanks, Greg. Bye-bye.
All the best. Bye.